Saladin, the Lion of Mercy. In the heart of a blazing desert, a boy stood still, watching as soldiers marched through waves of heat. Their swords caught the sunlight like fire, their faces carved with pride and pain. That boy was Yusuf ibn Ayyub. The world would one day know him as Saladin. He didn't know it then, but his name would echo across continents. Feared by kings, loved by his people, and remembered by history as the man who rose not for power, but for peace. He was born in Tikrit, near the great rivers of Mesopotamia. His family was noble, but their wealth was knowledge, not gold. His father governed a province, yet their home held more books than treasures. While other boys dreamt of glory and battle, Yusuf dreamed of understanding. He loved the stars, the verses of faith, and the quiet pursuit of justice. Once he whispered to a friend, "Greater than if war is the test of men, then peace must be the reward of God." But peace, in his time, was a treasure no one could afford. As he grew, destiny came calling. He joined his uncle Shirkuh, a fierce general serving under the ruler Nur ad-Din. Among hardened warriors, Saladin was the quiet one, soft-spoken, observant, uneasy with bloodshed. But fate rarely asks for permission. When his uncle died unexpectedly, command fell to the reluctant scholar. He had never sought power, yet power sought him. And that moment, that single turn of fate, began his transformation. Saladin united Egypt and Syria under one banner. But unlike many rulers, he didn't rule through fear. He ruled through patience, mercy, and faith. He built hospitals, schools, and sanctuaries. He judged with fairness. Even his Christian subjects called him a just man. Yet beyond his walls, the Crusaders' banners still burned on the horizon. Jerusalem, the city of prophets, remained under foreign hands. So each night, beneath the desert sky, Saladin prayed for strength. He didn't crave glory. He sought unity. He longed for peace in a world addicted to war. 1187. Two great armies met beneath the sun of Hattin. The Crusaders, proud, divided, and blind to their own arrogance. And Saladin, calm, relentless, moved by faith, not fury. Before the clash, he gave water to his men, and then to his prisoners. Even his enemies couldn't understand such mercy. When the battle thundered, dust filled the sky. The earth trembled beneath hooves and blades. And when silence finally returned, the cross had fallen, and the crescent rose. Days later, Saladin entered Jerusalem. But there was no vengeance, no rivers of blood. Instead, there was mercy. He opened the gates to refugees. He spared lives. Even the chroniclers of the enemy wrote, "Greater than never has victory been so noble." But behind the veil of greatness was a man alone. In his tent, beneath the glow of a single lamp, Saladin would sit in silence, his armor beside him, his prayer mat beneath him. He whispered into the night, "Am I truly doing your will, or chasing my own pride?" He slept little, gave away his gold until he had none. When offered silk robes, he said, "How can I rest in comfort while my people rest in sand?" Years passed, wars returned, and with them a new rival, Richard the Lionheart. Two lions, one from the east, one from the west, locked in a duel of honor. Their battle became legend. When Richard fell ill, Saladin sent his own doctor and fruit from Damascus. When prisoners filled his camps, he freed many, saying, "They too are children of God." But even lions grow weary. Saladin's body weakened, his soul heavy from endless struggle. Before his death, he told his advisors, "When I die, show them what I truly owned." And when he passed in 1193, the conqueror of empires left behind nothing. No gold, no palace, no land. Only a cloak, a sword, and a name that time itself refused to forget. When news of his death reached distant lands, even his enemies wept. In the West, they called him the most noble enemy. In the East, the sword of justice. But his greatest conquest was not over kingdoms. It was over himself. He proved that power means nothing without mercy. That faith is not measured by prayers, but by compassion. That peace is not the absence of war, it is the courage to forgive. Saladin's story is not just history. It is a mirror reflecting the war within us all, between pride and compassion, between dominance and grace. And in the end, every heart must decide what kind of victory it truly seeks.